Today at the mortuary in Benue State is Andrew Chekwo.
Yes, it's confirmed. You saw the bastard there. Confirmed. A very useless man.
Okay, so this person here is Andrew, right?
Yes, sir.
My brother, the person you have seen on video, pictures, is it the same person you saw here?
Exactly.
Any difference?
No.
Even with the big head, everything is intact.
Everything.
Okay, you confirm that this man here
Lashes,
is
everything.
Andrew. Okay. So, we are here at the mortuary. The man that people are saying that police people collected money and he escaped is at the mortuary in Otukpo in Benue State. So the story from the police that this man is dead is correct. All right. So if you want to get more verification about if he's alive, go to the police. Police will bring you to the mortuary and show you. All right. But this, simple as that. All right. So please, this man Andrew Amaechi Ashley Ochekwo is dead and is gone
Forever.
he's not alive anymore. He's nowhere anywhere. If you see him anywhere in this country, anywhere in this world, just know say me Harrison don't lie for you.
Welcome back, guys. I trust you've been staying safe. Now, the case of Abigail Afiba Tando and Celine Indudim is still developing. As it stands now, it has come out that the key suspect in the case, Andrew Amaechi, is deceased. Now, in my previous updates before this one, I was talking about the fact that I had heard this news, I had read about it, but I had my doubts because, come on, this is Africa and he is so much well-to-do that he has the potential to influence some key stakeholders in the security apparatus, possibly, if it comes to these things, given the fact that he is the key suspect in a heinous crime. Now, I was asking for a form of irrefutable evidence to the point that it can actually be confirmed to people, the general public, or stakeholders and families of the victims that indeed this man has actually passed, such that there could be an autopsy and even a DNA to show that it's him. Now, fast forward, this humanitarian person in Nigeria who has been following this case and also liaising with police and all to track down these girls, and by extension eventually led to Andrew Amaechi being arrested, has come out to confirm the passing of this guy. Now, I don't want to say I don't believe what he said, no. But the point I want to put across is I still feel that what he showed as proof of Andrew Amaechi being deceased, for me, I don't think is enough. Now, you will see in the video that played before, the footage that played before the commencement of this video, that he's standing with some police officers and there is the remain of a male person who seemingly looks like Andrew Amaechi, but of course is deceased. And they are trying to say that it's Andrew Amaechi. And also he talks about the fact that he called 3 people to confirm. These are people who knew this man and were in a position to confirm based on what they were seeing lying on the slab. I don't dispute all that. But I think that if they are doing this, or if they did this with the motive of convincing the general public and the world at large that it's not that the police had connived with him and let him escape and then come out to fake his death so that he can beat the case, then I think that they still probably have a little more to do, because they actually said it in the video that they are showing the public that it's not that the police have done anything in connivance with this guy and made him escape, and are coming to say this story. So I think it was a move to sort of convince the public that indeed Andrew Amaechi was deceased and that the police were also innocent of some of those suspicions of they possibly being compromised by this guy and his wealth. Now, I think that to sort of allay any suspicions that may be lingering, which I still have a little do actually, I think they would have to do it the professional way. First of all, irrespective of the sentiments of the general public about what Andrew Amaechi is accused of doing, I said it in my previous video, legally he is innocent until proven guilty. That's the first thing that we must note. And secondly, I feel that the way and manner in which they treated the remains of the alleged Andrew Amaechi is sort of disrespectful. I don't know if there are any specifics as to how they could have done it, but I felt that it also didn't need to get to the point where it's all over on social media. He hasn't been convicted of anything, and even if he has, I think that it also behoves of people to also respect the dignity of people who have passed. I know that given what he's suspected of doing, somebody would actually be angry hearing me say this, but I think you actually know that I'm right. Irrespective of what he is suspected as having done, I don't think they should have gone to the point of coming out with all these footages about him and when he has passed, his remains as he has passed on. I think that it's sort of a desecration in my view, and I don't know where his family is. I was wondering, in all this, we haven't heard from his family. We haven't heard from any family member of his. We haven't seen any family member of his commenting or even defending him or saying anything about him with regards to this case. And what do you think? Do you think that was actually Andrew Amaechi on the slab? The footage also shows his Mercedes-Benz, which he allegedly was trying to use to escape. And the whole narrative is that whilst he was in the custody of the police, he tried playing smart with them. So he was actually being allowed to drive his Mercedes in the company of a police officer. This is what his friend is saying. That and Andrew Amaechi was even allowed access to his phone whilst he was under arrest driving his own Mercedes-Benz, and him and Andrew Amaechi were chatting, and Andrew Amaechi was informing him that he's being escorted by the police. And this is the same phone this friend alleges that the evidence of what Andrew Amaechi had been doing to some of these girls was on. Now, if what his friend is saying is true, it begs the question that then was he even under arrest at all? Because it begins to beg some questions. First of all, if the guy is under arrest, why is he driving his Mercedes-Benz in the company of a police officer, allegedly? He should not be driving at all, not to talk of his own car and having access to his mobile phone, which is alleged to contain evidence of what he is accused of having done. I think that there are some question marks here, and Andrew Amaechi's friend goes on to talk about the fact that the police are investigating some of their own on this issue, because it turns out, as influential as Andrew Amaechi was in this part of Nigeria because of his wealth, he was really, really friendly with some of the police officers, and there's the suspicion that he had probably compromised some of them. His friend actually went on to say that he told them that they should let him drive his car and that it would require some payments and he would make it or something of that sort. But all in all, it's looking as though Andrew Amaechi was not treated like a regular suspect would have been treated, especially a regular suspect who wasn't wealthy. And that is one of the things that raises concerns with regards to the dispensation of justice and the operations of some security apparatuses in some countries in Africa. Mind you, the brother of Abigail Afibatando also told SVTV on YouTube that some Nigerian officials were asking for money from them before they also facilitate a certain service. Like I said in that video, this hasn't been corroborated by any evidence or with any evidence, but if that is true, then it begins to tie into this other allegation as well. I am not in a position to ascertain whether what Amaechi's friend said is true about the police or not. But I think that the first red flag is that Amaechi was allowed to drive his car. The police have their own official cars that they use to conduct such operations. Now, the next thing also is, how did Amaechi pass on? Initial reports, unconfirmed, were saying that he was lynched after he escaped from the police. And he escaped in the same Mercedes-Benz they allowed him to drive. But then, subsequent reports are also coming in talking about the fact that he escaped and then they fired on him and he passed. Now, if that is the case, my question again is, why did they have to get to that point? I believe that it could have been easily avoided. I believe there is a question mark around the passing of Amaechi, because ideally they could have avoided all this by just following their protocol and keeping him in their official vehicle, sending him to the police station, taking him through the due process, just so they would be able to get some information about the whereabouts of Abigail Afiba Tando and Celine Indudim. And as it stands now, if he has truly passed on, how do they find these girls? And maybe there are even other victims who are yet to be known of. Now, a conspiracy theory is coming up that maybe it's likely that Amaechi was not working alone. There's a syndicate and they wanted to silence him because he can't go about implicating people and start mentioning names. This is a conspiracy theory for now, but it begins to seem attractive to some people given the weird circumstances, dare I say, under which Amaechi suddenly lost his life. He was the key suspect in this case and the best attempt at finding Abigail Afiba Tando and Celine Indudim, but now he has allegedly passed. Now, it's also rumored that Amaechi himself was a wanted fugitive in the United Kingdom, and he fled and came to Nigeria several months ago to escape the law in the UK, and then he started perpetrating these acts. Now, if that is the case, why didn't the Nigerian police link up with the United Kingdom police or security agencies when they picked him up, if he had all this track record of criminal history behind him? Unless, of course, these are rumors but not facts. But I think that there should be an inquiry investigation into the passing of Amaechi so that we can ascertain whether there was any foul play, maybe to silence him, or whether the police just failed to follow protocol and maybe his death could have been avoided if they had just followed the protocol and done the due process by taking him through what they are supposed to do in their own police official vehicle for such assignments. It's very unfortunate, but now there is a question that is lingering, which still remains unanswered, and the question is, where is Abigail Afiba Tando and Celine Indudim, and how do we find them now that Amaechi has passed? This is very unfortunate. I hope this case doesn't become a cold case and just fade out, because with the passing of Amaechi, hope seems bleak and seems to be fading out, because who are they going to talk to next? Unless, of course, another break comes up. And I'm praying that something will turn up, because we can't lose these girls. There are rumors about what they were going to do. I've seen some WhatsApp footages. I'm coming to put out a video on that other theory that seems to be gaining some weight based on the things that are coming out. But subscribe if you are yet to do so. Turn on the post notifications. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let's commiserate with the families of Abigail Afiba Tando and Celine Indudim, and even the family of Amaechi, because he wasn't proven guilty of anything, by just going to the comment section and typing "help us find these girls," and maybe you can add RIP Amaechi if you want to. I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe out there.